Do I know how to make a YouTube video? No, not really, but we're gonna send it.
Wanna be free of this heart, yeah. Wanna feel your arms around me. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit. Let's forget about tomorrow, yeah. Should I hide away forever? Should I close my eyes and never again hold you tight, call you mine, think about you every time I remember that it's over, yeah. You never break, you never lie, you never ever scared of the dark. So why am I the one who cries? I'm so afraid to be left behind. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop, yeah. You never lose an argument, so I've been trying hard to pretend that I'm okay. It's just a phase, and everything is going just great. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop, yeah.
All right, hot stuff. Have a great night. I love you. Sleep tight.
Good morning, y'all. I mean, by the time you see this, probably won't be morning. But who knows? You could watch it in the morning. I currently am still in what I slept in. I like wearing sweats when it's cold, and then this awesome shirt that the Reaperette sent me. But I wanted to get on and make a video. Sorry, moving around in the chair is gonna make noise. But I wanted to get on and make a video today because I almost made an Instagram post, because that's just kind of what I do when I have like things popping in my head. But then I was like, no, I can make a YouTube video about it. So here's this video. So I wanted to make a YouTube video about the memory that I have of a year ago today. So today for me is February 24th, 2021. And a year ago today was actually the last day that Cage and I ever spent any time together in person, because that was the day he flew out to England, where he was stationed when he passed away. So, story time. So the story starts off February 20th, 2020. We got married, and people were like, well, like, did you really get any time together? The answer is like, no, we didn't have a real honeymoon, but like, yes, we had time together. So, but we were so busy trying to like get my military paperwork filled out and everything. So the only like alone time Cage and I got was like at night. And we were like in between houses and all kinds of crazy stuff. So we actually went down to Nellis Air Force Base on, I want to say it was like the 21st, to try to get my military ID. But by the way, we were doing this all because we were trying to just get everything in place as we could so that I could go be with Cage as soon as possible. That was our whole purpose of getting married last minute and everything, but I'll make another video explaining that. Anywho, we went to Nellis Air Force Base, and I had missed an anatomy test because of my conference swimming at Dixie. And so the teacher was like, cool, you have to be here at like 2 p.m. to make it up. So I swam really early that morning. We drove 2 hours south to Nellis, and we sat in line, you know, if you're in the military, you know those kind of lines that you sit in, and there's a lot of sitting and waiting, and we put our name on a list, and we waited and we waited and we waited and we waited, and we slowly watched our name like go up and like who might be called next. And right before we were called was the time limit cutoff that we gave ourselves, that if we were not called by that time, we would turn around and go back up north so that I could take my anatomy test that I had missed. And so sure enough, like we were like near the top. We waited 5 minutes past the time, still weren't called. So we got in the car, we came back up, took the anatomy test. I think I did good on it, by the way. And then we ended up buzzing up north to Brigham City, Utah, to be with his parents, finish up last minute packing for him, and then try to go to Hill Air Force Base to get my military ID, which we did, and it actually worked really, really well. So, I mean, so we were up there, like I said, we're newlyweds, but we were very, very busy. And so I could talk about every single day, but I won't. So we'll skip to February 23rd was the last night that we spent together. To be honest, before we went up to bed, we just spent the night watching Lord of the Rings, the second, like the extended version. We started it the night before, but we didn't finish it because I was too tired to hang in there. So we were watching the second half of it, and with like our nephew Rocky, but he fell asleep and was sawing logs. But Joseph, Cage's brother, caught some videos of us. I tried to pretend like I was snoring like Rocky, but you'll see in like some clips it didn't really work out. So Cage ended up pretending to snore like he was Rocky. Anyway, I'll add those clips right here.
Shut up, you punk. Cage, don't smile.
So yeah, that's primarily how we spent our last night together. And then the thing I was almost gonna make an Instagram post about today was I woke up February 24th in the morning, and I'm a light sleeper, so I was like well awake before Cage was. And I just remember I just cuddled in close to him, and I was listening to his heartbeat, of all things. And I just remember like listening to his heartbeat and just like noticing how like strong it was like compared to mine, because like I could see it move, like his body. And then like I'd like look at me and I'm like, where's my heartbeat? Am I alive? But I just remember listening to his heartbeat, and I just noticed like little things like how it was faster than mine, how it was stronger than mine, and just kind of like, I don't know, just those quiet moments in the morning where you're just like, this person's alive, and I was like, and he's all mine. But I remember as Cage was waking up, he was like, his eyes were still closed, and he just like all of a sudden held on to me a little bit tighter, and he's like, I miss you already. Sorry, had to run my sister to school really quick, but I just want to say, out of that experience, normally Cage is the one that is more optimistic and, oh, Hannah, we'll be together soon and at least we have each other, and I'd be the one struggling with distance and whatnot. But that morning, after he said, I miss you already, I remember telling him, I miss you already too. And then Little did my past self know what the future months would hold, but I remember telling him, but it's okay, we'll be together soon. These next few months will fly by. Now we're on the tail end of that. And I hope the next however many years I am alive without him will fly by. But beyond that, we got ready that morning. You know, you remember the silliest things from him watching me blow dry my hair and whatnot. But we got ready, went downstairs. His mom, who is awesome, made us breakfast, and we were eating, and we, you know, gobbled up breakfast really quick. At least I did. And I remember Cage seeing that I had finished and ate everything really quick. He's like, "Are you hungry?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm good. And he ignored me anyway and slid his egg onto my plate. And I was like, "Cage, you're leaving. You need the food." And, you know, but that's just what he did. I once told Cage he was like a quiet do-gooder. He just would notice the needs of people around him, and he would do his best to fulfill and meet those needs. So, yeah, he did it for me that morning. I remember I kissed him goodbye, and he slid his hand into my back pocket with $80 in it. And I was like, "Cage, no, you know, try to give it back." He's like, "No, Hannah, you need it." And he would always do that. Anytime we would depart from one another, he would give me just a little bit of cash to, you know, make sure I was safe on the way home. Anywho, the funny story was, on the way home, as I was driving home, I got pulled over for the first time ever and got a speeding ticket. I will not tell you how fast I was going, but I got this speeding ticket. Oh, the officer asked me why I was going so fast, and I told him I just said goodbye to my husband that I just recently got married to, and he's being stationed over in England, and I'm not going to see him for a while. Anywho, I think the officer might have felt a little bit bad, but he didn't talk to me after that point. I got a well-deserved ticket, and I remember calling Cage and telling him, "Cage, I just got pulled over, and I'm gonna have to use the $80 you gave me to pay for the ticket." Anywho, so yeah, and Cage obviously was just like, "I'm so sorry, Hannah." But yeah, those were my last days and moments with Cage in person. And just kind of surreal to think it was a year ago, when it still feels like it was just like maybe a month or two ago. But these YouTube videos, I just want to add anytime I have thoughts or memories of Cage that I want to share with people, I'll make a YouTube video. I hope and plan to ask family members and friends to share their memories and stories of Cage, and then I can put them up here so that we can help his legacy of who he is to live on through the stories that we share. And I also plan to make some videos about the grief that I have been experiencing and been learning from, and I hope to reach out to others that I know who've been through similar situations and ask them to share their experiences, and then hopefully those videos can become a resource for people to use to just know, hey, this is kind of the many different ways that grief can look like, and maybe here's how I can best support my loved one going through grief. So feel free to like, share, view all these videos, do whatever. And last but not least is I just plan to continue to live a life that Cage is proud of. So anything that I think Cage would be proud of, I'll just bring you along as I'm doing those things. So hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry I'm half asleep and say like a million times. And, you know, we're just learning as we go. Love y'all. Bye. Anywho, sorry I keep looking over here. There's a calendar over here.
Like, I was asked to take my sister to school for this birthday, and I thought about filming it while I'm waiting for her to go get candy. But I probably shouldn't do that. So. Also, fun fact, I eat bananas a long time in the morning, but in my sports nutrition class, we learned that the banana is one of the best things to eat before a workout if you need energy but don't need it to like spike and then fall because of the glucose level number. I can't even think this morning, but you get, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway, banana is like a great in between quick energy and like long lasting. It's still a little bit quicker, so if you're in a pinch, eat a banana.